can't fire me. I quit.
Welcome back to our channel. Today, in quiet reverence, we remember the talented artists who left us too soon, some only just days ago. From the icons of Hollywood to rising stars, they each brought light to the world of entertainment until they passed away suddenly. If you feel moved by their stories, we invite you to leave a like as a silent tribute in their memory. Thank you. Now, let us begin.
You know something, brothers? If you two get in the battle, I came to...
Hulk Hogan, the legendary wrestling icon best known for igniting the phenomenon of Hulkamania and headlining WrestleMania, has tragically passed away at 71. He died of cardiac arrest on the morning of July 24, 2025, at his home in Clearwater, Florida, after battling a series of serious health issues. As I write these words, I still cannot believe that Hulk Hogan is truly gone. I was genuinely shocked when I received the news. My childhood was forever colored by his larger-than-life presence, sitting beside my father in the warm glow of the TV, watching those electrifying matches where Hogan tore his shirt and roared back from defeat. For many of us, he wasn't just a wrestler, he was a part of our lives. Born in 1953 in Augusta, Georgia, and raised in Tampa, Florida, Terry Gene Bollea, known to the world as Hulk Hogan, first dreamed of a baseball career. An injury ended that path, but it led him to professional wrestling, where he debuted in 1977. In 1982, he made his film debut as Thunder Lips in Rocky III, a role that helped launch him into stardom. Throughout the 1980s and 90s, he became one of the most recognized figures in the world, winning multiple championships and bringing professional wrestling into the mainstream. His charisma, catchphrases, and message of believing in oneself made Hulkamania a household word. Behind the spotlight, however, were deeply human struggles. Hogan endured 25 surgeries from decades in the ring. His divorce from Linda Hogan in 2009 was both personal and financial devastation. He lost 70% of his wealth and business holdings. In 2015, a public scandal over private remarks cost him professional partnerships and strained his public image. His health declined steadily in later years, and in his final weeks, he was on oxygen, visibly frail and emotionally reflective. But it was in hardship that Hogan revealed his quiet strength. He spoke openly about faith, embraced sobriety, and sought forgiveness. In his final days, he worked to mend broken relationships, including reaching out to his estranged daughter, Brooke. Close friends say he was determined not to leave anything unsaid. Even in decline, he never stopped moving forward. He launched Real American Beer, made television appearances, and remained a symbol of endurance. He found new love, marrying Sky Daly in 2023. His estate, valued at $25 million, stands as a testament to a life rebuilt with dignity. He never wanted to leave things unfinished. Sky Daly, Hogan's wife, shared through tears. In his final days, he was focused on healing, on making peace. He died with love in his heart. Hulk Hogan's legacy endures far beyond the ring, in the strength he gave others, in the belief that no fall is final, and in the quiet courage to begin again. If his story moved you, subscribe to honor his memory and share your own tribute. Troupe, the beloved stage and television actor best known for his roles in Mary Hartman, Cheers, and the original Star Trek, has passed away at 97. He died peacefully of natural causes on July 20th, 2025, at his home in Beverly Hills, California, just 2 years after the passing of his wife and longtime creative partner, Carol Cook. Born in Kansas City, Missouri, Troupe began his distinguished career on Broadway with The Diary of Anne Frank in 1957. Over the following decades, he built a rich body of work that spanned more than 75 television appearances and numerous film and stage roles. His presence brought warmth and sincerity to every character, from Lieutenant Harold in Star Trek to Judge Grey in Cheers. Though never one to seek the spotlight, Troupe experienced profound personal loss with the passing of his wife in 2023, after nearly 60 years of marriage. It was a quiet heartbreak few could fathom. Yet he responded with grace in hardship, choosing to remain in the home they shared, surrounded by family. He continued to embody dignity and steadiness, carrying their shared legacy with quiet pride. Even as he stepped back from acting, his influence endured. From his co-written play, The Diary of a Madman, to classic roles in ER, Murder, She Wrote, and Frasier, his career stands as a testament to endurance and versatility. He leaves behind a son, a granddaughter, and a body of work that spans generations. Tom Troupe's life reminds us that fame is fleeting, but legacy, when built with care and integrity, lasts.
Royally pissed. Last November, Barack Obama was re-elected president.
Malcolm-Jamal Warner, the beloved actor best known for his iconic role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, has tragically died at 54. He drowned on July 20th, 2025, after being caught in a strong rip current while swimming near Playa Cocos, Costa Rica. Despite desperate rescue efforts by beachgoers, including a local doctor, Warner was pulled from the water without vital signs. Born in New Jersey in 1970, Warner rose to national fame at the age of 14 as the quick-witted and relatable son in one of television's most influential sitcoms. The Cosby Show ran from 1984 to 1992 and became a cultural landmark, offering a groundbreaking portrayal of an upper-middle-class black family. Warner's performance earned him both acclaim and admiration, anchoring a generation's memories. But his early fame came with invisible burdens. For years, he grappled with being typecast and living under the long shadow of his teenage persona. He also faced the moral fallout surrounding his former TV father, Bill Cosby, a man he once admired, now publicly disgraced. Warner chose the difficult path of silence, distance, and quiet integrity. Rather than retreat, he rebuilt with dignity. Warner pursued serious acting roles in dramas like The Resident and American Crime Story. He found a new voice through music and spoken word, earning a Grammy Award in 2015, a testament to his artistry beyond the screen. Though his life was cut short, Malcolm-Jamal Warner's legacy endures. He was not just a child star, but a man of principle, resilience, and deep, creative spirit. As someone who grew up watching him, I mourn this profound loss and invite you to remember not just who he was, but who he became.
What I call a triple C, a cosmic collision course.
Charliesheen, a journey through fame, fallout, and fierce redemption. Where are they now? He had everything: fame, fortune, family. Then he lost it all, in front of the world. Addiction, arrests, a virus he didn't choose. Charliesheen became a punchline. But behind the headlines was a man still breathing, still trying. And today, quietly, he's rebuilding what no spotlight could give him: peace. So what does redemption look like for someone who once burned every bridge? And why does his story still matter? Charlie Sheen was born in 1965 at New York Hospital, the youngest son of actor Martin Sheen and art student Janet Templeton. Raised in Malibu, where tide pools met television sets, his childhood was sun-drenched and story-driven. His siblings, Emilio, Ramon, and Renee, all found their way to the screen. But Charlie, Charlie had a different kind of flame. Even as a boy, he wasn't just acting, he was directing. He staged schoolyard sketches and filmed classmates in garage epics on a clunky Super 8 camera. At just 9 years old, he visited his father on the set of The Execution of Private Slovik, watched controlled explosions ripple across plywood facades, and whispered to himself, "Movies are magic I can master." At Santa Monica High, he found a tribe, Sean Penn, Rob Lowe, trading textbooks for storyboards. They called themselves PennFest, creating lo-fi films with duct tape and dreams. Baseball rivaled acting for his heart. He had a wicked curveball and major league ambition, until truancy and pranks got him expelled just weeks before graduation. But Charlie Sheen didn't leave empty-handed. He left with film reels and a fierce belief that Hollywood, not college, would be his classroom. He took on the name Charlie Sheen, blending his father's stage surname with his own nickname. A quiet gesture toward both legacy and reinvention. Then came the lean years, cramped apartments, burritos for dinner, classes with Peggy Fury, and parking cars between auditions. His father paid for headshots. His mother sent cookies. His siblings passed along casting tips. It worked. Slowly. His first real break came in Red Dawn, 1984. But it was Oliver Stone's Platoon, 1986, that made him a name. As Private Chris Taylor, Sheen endured 120-degree jungle heat, trench foot, and malaria scares to deliver a raw, haunted performance that helped the film win Best Picture and launched him to stardom. A year later, Wall Street sealed the deal. Sheen played Bud Fox, a hungry young broker torn between conscience and greed. "Life all comes down to a few moments," Bud said, and this is one of them. For Charlie, it was true. From there, his versatility exploded. He joined the outlaw posse in Young Guns. In Major League, he became Rick Wild Thing Vaughn, a folk hero in a leather mohawk whose walk-on music still blasts in stadiums. He spoofed himself in Hot Shots, matched Clint Eastwood in The Rookie, and starred under his father's direction in Cadence. By 2000, he was ready for television. After replacing Michael J. Fox in Spin City, Sheen won a Golden Globe. But in 2003, everything changed. CBS cast him in 2.5 Men as Charlie Harper, a jingle writer with a bachelor lifestyle that mirrored Sheen's own. The show became a juggernaut. Weekly audiences topped 15 million. Sheen earned nearly $2 million per episode, the highest-paid actor on television. He became a household name, a late-night fixture, and a pop culture reference all in one. The world was watching, and so was the storm. The wave was still rising, but soon it would break. It happened fast, and it happened everywhere. One moment, Charlie Sheen was America's most watched man on television. The next, he was unraveling live on every screen, in every headline, across every late-night punchline. In 2011, after public meltdowns, erratic interviews, and substance-fueled chaos, CBS fired him from 2.5 Men. What followed was a fall so loud, so public, it eclipsed everything he'd built. He called himself a warlock with tiger blood. He declared, "I'm not bipolar, I'm bi-winning." He became viral before virality had structure, but behind the bombast was a man in pain. Years of addiction, cocaine, alcohol, painkillers had battered his body and scorched his relationships. Hospitalizations blurred with arrests. His marriage to Denise Richards collapsed in a tabloid whirlwind. A later marriage ended in a restraining order. His twin sons were caught in custody battles he described as birthday negotiations written by lawyers. And then, the deeper truth. In 2015, Charlie Sheen revealed he had been living with HIV since 2011. The diagnosis arrived like thunder. "It's a hard 3 letters to absorb," he said, "but I'm here to admit it and own it." According to Sheen, doctors caught it early. He began antiretroviral therapy immediately. The side effects were brutal: night sweats, nausea, nerve pain. But within 6 months, his viral load became undetectable. This wasn't just a health revelation, it was a turning point of identity. A man once defined by indulgence was now shackled to discipline. Strict pill schedules, quarterly blood panels, mocktail evenings, yoga at 105 degrees Fahrenheit. "I had to get deadly serious to stay alive," he admitted in a webcast for AIDS awareness. Sobriety wasn't optional. It was survival. He quit cigarettes through gradual tapering, swapped nightlife for early morning surf walks along Zuma Beach, earbuds streaming classic rock. He stopped tweeting recklessly, began writing again, began listening. His old espresso mocha pot, dented, stained, but familiar, returned to daily use. Morning ritual became therapy. Therapists urged him to rebuild not just health, but trust, with his children, his exes, and most of all, with himself. He began sending his eldest daughter, Cassandra, illustrated bedtime stories in PDF form, a tradition born during court recesses that now connected them across time zones. He tattooed his children's initials down his forearm. "A dad first," read the neon sticker on his leather-bound planner, the same one he once used for film pitch meetings. He started mentoring others living with HIV, not with fanfare, but with quiet FaceTime calls and private support groups. For them, he wasn't the star. He was the proof. Proof that even those who fall loudest can still rise quietly. He launched the Sheen Resilience Initiative in 2024, funding mental health counseling for film crews and mobile HIV testing vans for festivals. "Legacy," he said in a TEDx talk, "is not about what survives you. It's about who feels less alone because you survived." That talk, Surviving Your Own Story, marked a full-circle moment. He stood alone on stage, gray at the temples, cracking jokes about tiger blood and quoting Hemingway, "Life breaks us all. Some grow strong at the broken places." For the first time in years, laughter from the crowd wasn't at him. It was with him. Still, the journey is far from linear. Arthritis from old injuries flares in winter. His immune system remains fragile, but today his health is stable. His HIV is undetectable. His mind is clear. He sets color-coded alarms for medication, school pickups, and hydration breaks. He lives on a self-imposed per diem for life, a fixed weekly allowance that covers groceries, surf wax, and the occasional collector's baseball card. After years of rolling in Benzes, he jokes, nothing beats paying cash for a used hybrid. For someone once fueled by speed, Charliesheen now runs on throttle control. Every relapse taught him something. Every betrayal left a bruise. But every quiet morning, espresso in hand, feet in sand, proves that recovery isn't a finish line. It's a daily contract with life. These days, you won't find Charliesheen on red carpets or in paparazzi chaos. The man who once set viewership records now prefers quiet Sundays with his kids, surf mornings at Zuma, and afternoons editing scripts in a modest Sherman Oaks apartment that doubles as his studio. His Malibu home, low-slung and shaded by palm trees, feels less like a celebrity compound and more like a sanctuary. On most mornings, he rises before dawn, brews espresso on the same mocha pot he's carried since platoon, and walks the shoreline with earbuds in, classic rock humming as the sun stretches across the Pacific. There's no entourage, no headlines, just sand, surf, and breath. Charliesheen has entered what he calls the boutique chapter of his career. He's not chasing blockbusters, he's curating. In 2022, he executive produced The Pitch, a streaming dramedy about minor league baseball scouts. He did a cameo as a washed-up closer. More importantly, he hired 2 under-recognized writers from 2.5 Men, giving back to those Hollywood left behind. He's also become a quiet force in public health education. Through animated shorts and school visits, Sheen uses wit to teach HIV awareness to teens. His social media, once a chaotic circus, is now a curated feed, surf photos, wellness updates, and the hashtag #U=you. On the 11th of every month, he tweets a simple blue heart, a ritual his daughter Lola suggested to honor people living undetectable and unashamed. Financially, he lives lean. Most of his syndication checks go into trust funds for his 5 children. He jokes, "After all the chaos I sold, calm is the only currency I trust." His Sheen Resilience Initiative has expanded into a vital resource, funding therapists for crew members, mobile testing clinics, and baseball clinics for underserved kids in Los Angeles. And creatively, he's still writing. He keeps a folder in the cloud labeled Sandbox, filled with half-finished screenplays and voiceover ideas. One script, co-written with his daughter Sam, follows a retired pitcher mentoring a high school girls team. Streaming platforms have shown interest, but Sheen insists any deal must include paid internships for students affected by HIV. Romantically, his life is quieter too. Since 2021, he's been with Leah, a Malibu ceramicist with no interest in red carpets. Friends say they balance each other. She brings clay and calm. He brings playlists and punchlines. And for the first time in decades, there are no paparazzi outside their local cafe. Fame, once fire, now flickers like a hearth. Perhaps the most poetic scene in this comeback story came on a Sunday morning. Charliesheen, now silver at the temples, stood on the pitcher's mound at the inaugural Wild Thing Classic, a community baseball event sponsored by his foundation. He tossed the ceremonial first pitch at a solid 84 miles per hour. His old Cleveland jersey still fit. On the sleeve, tattoos of his children's initials. He didn't smile for the cameras, he smiled for his kids. That's legacy. Not just what you leave behind, but what you hold steady when the world's watching, and when it isn't. Asked recently what epitaph he'd want, Charlie answered without hesitation. He got back up. It's simple, humble, and true. Because for all the chaos, all the collapse, all the headlines, Charlie Sheen got back up, and he stayed up. If earlier decades were written in exclamation points, this chapter is written in quiet commas. Clean living, calm mornings, second chances. His story reminds us that redemption is rarely linear, that a man once known for the loudest crash can also write the softest grace note. So if Charlie Sheen ever made you laugh, inspired you, or simply reminded you that being human means being imperfect, leave a kind thought in the comments below. Subscribe for more stories of comeback, legacy, and the resilience behind the scenes. Because somewhere in Malibu, just past the first tide, a man is walking with his coffee, rewriting his story, one quiet step at a time.